Does that make sense? Connectivity, the minute I talked about making the money connection, you're connecting the dots one at a time. And unfortunately, and I don't tell stories well anymore, but there's a story about the top Electrolux vacuum cleaner man, and he had a procedure he'd go through, and he'd go in the morning and knock on doors and make his presentations, and he'd do 50 of them a day, and he'd get, 20 appointments. He'd go out to the 20 appointments, and half would be there. He'd make his hour-long presentation. He would sell like 5, and he made $200,000. But he decided to be so efficient, he wanted to cut the process down to only a couple steps, and he did, and he put himself out of business because it's like trying to bake bread and do it in 10 minutes without using, a yeast or anything else. There is a process that you can't really deny. And if you're going to connect dots for the picture for somebody, you can't go from dot 1 to dot 6 just because you want the sale. You've got to go through a gestation process. That's why being strategic is so important. You have a pipeline that's always advancing and migrating, and you're not hurried. You're very much nurturous and attentive and progressive. You're making you the audience. You. Like, this isn't about me. If I'm doing this correctly, most of you are getting the feeling I'm talking to you. He's talking to me. That's what you want to achieve, and it's not manipulative. It's not diabolical. It's not mirrors and smoke. It's in your heart. It's the focus. It's called the you attitude, with you being your marketplace, your prospect and client. It's bringing people in sequential, as I said, and advancing, because they're not all at the same place ready. And you want to be nurturous because you're playing a game for life. When you're strategic, it's not about just a static transaction.